Now, a language warning on this next story, and police are investigating an Uber driver who was recorded threatening a same-sex couple during a trip in Melbourne. He's been stood down by the ride-sharing service after allegedly subjecting Lucy Thomas and Chelsea Lang to a torrent of racist and homophobic abuse.
What, are you going to give me a 1 rating and make a complaint? And when I write my report about 2 faggots who don't like being called faggots, then what are they going to say?
Wow, Lucy and Chelsea join us now. I mean, that sounds like a pretty awful experience. What I don't get, though, is how does it get to that point? Like, what led up to that outburst?
Well, it started off as your average lazy Nana Uber ride home from dinner. We couldn't be bothered walking, and we got in the car, and what started as a really cheery conversation about football quickly turned into this guy going on a rant about how football is, you know, a horrible game for a bunch of, and he kept repeating this F word. And his tone was cheery, but his language was pretty foul. And so when he paused, I just said, I understand the sentiment of what you're saying, but I have to be honest that that word is really deeply offensive to me and lots of other people in our generation, right? And then I think he just suddenly realised that these 2 women sitting in the back of the car were together, like that we're in a relationship. And that's when his mood really darkened and he became much more threatening and menacing and, yeah, really aggressive. So by the time we got to my house, he'd kind of already gone on this, like, massive rant. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that he got quite aggressive and threatening. I think we've got a little bit of that audio here. Let's just have a listen.
I'm hurting you. Get out of the car.
Why?
Because I just asked you to, and if you don't, I will get out and drag you out.
It's interesting because people often talk, the people that use Uber, about it being such a safer alternative to taxis, and you hear that and it just sounds frightening. If I was in there on my own, I would have been terrified.
Yeah, look, that's the reason why we both use Uber, is because we usually feel so safe in those environments. But unfortunately, this was a particular circumstance where this guy was being a bit of a jerk, and we had to deal with it.
Lucy, it sounds like he got angrier and more aggressive knowing he was being recorded. I mean, that was so scary. Do you think he would do that again, considering that was the reaction he had?
We're both youth workers and we work with, you know, young people who, which means that we're really onto the fact that you can pull out your phone and kind of quick draw and record anything that happens at any moment. And for us, that was really important that he was kind of held to account, hey?
Absolutely. I think it was really important that because something like that happened, we had an opportunity to show the young people that we advocate for in the LGBTQI space and the broader community as well that kind of behaviour just isn't okay.
He said that in the recording we just heard that, oh, what are you going to do, give me a 1-star rating? I assume you probably didn't give him a 1-star at all. I assume there was no rating at all. He's probably overrated himself there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he rated himself highly enough, actually.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. We have been recording this, by the way. Don't lose it.
Duly noted.
Okay, cool. Good to talk.
Thank you so much.